let's take a look at the different types of terminals you can be using. When you're going through this course, you have different options, whether you're on a Mac or on Windows. For that, the terminal you're using or the command line that you're using, the window, you have a couple of options. So on a Mac, you have a terminal that comes built in. You have iTerm that you can install, which is my favorite one to use, but I'm going to use terminal for this video and for this course. On Windows, you have PowerShell, you have CMD, or you have Git Bash. You also have WSL, which is Windows Subsystem Linux. Okay, so I just want to show you what the differences are, just a high level explaining of that. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and take the whole course. I'm breaking it up into multiple videos, so it's a full course. I'm also going to put one large video if you rather learn that way. But I do recommend you take the actual course that's on my website, which is a collection of different topics, not just command line, but different topics that are essential to any engineer. I call it Engineering Toolbox, and it's just a bunch of topics that I think are extremely important. So it's a free course, 100% free course. I'm going to put the link in the description and go ahead and check it out. All right, let's get to the body of the course. So when I go to my desktop, in the bottom, you see I have two different terminals that looks exactly, well, they look similar. So one of them is terminal, one of them is iTerm. You do not have iTerm by default unless you install it. So I'm going to open terminal, and if it's not here, actually, you can go to your apps, okay? Or you can just do Command F for search and just search for terminal, and that should open the terminal. I opened in my other monitor. And there you go. This is a terminal with a black background. You can totally customize it. You can make it look blue, the background blue, white background with black text. That's all preference, and it's all customizable. I'm not going to go into that. You can go to terminal app here, go to settings, and you can just play around with a lot of the settings. Okay. So this is terminal. So whatever app is active right now, on the top left corner, it shows what the name of that application is. So you can see this is terminal. I can do pwd, ls, cd, all of that, right? I can run commands. This is a command line, and that's what we're going to learn in this course. We're going to learn the actual commands, how to use it, what are the common commands, what are they used for, and caveats and things like that. So that is one option for most of you. If you are on a Mac, go ahead and use terminal. Now, if it was up to me other than this tutorial, when I actually do all my work, I use iTerm 2, both on my personal laptop and my work laptop. I use iTerm 2. It looks pretty much the same, right? It looks pretty much the same. But you can see the name right here is iTerm 2. That's something you have to install. You just download it, install it just like any other app. I do think you should use it. I really like it. There are a few things I like about it. I mean, this video is not meant to like teach you each of these tools, but I like the iTerm first because one, I can split vertically and I can have two different commands. And so a lot of the stuff I do is I run tests. So I can have one terminal and I can actually keep my eye on it while it's running, and I can do more work here. You can also split it horizontally. You can do the same thing. And each one of those are different terminals. In the terminal, you cannot do that. The built-in terminal, that does not have that option. So I really love that. Another thing is by default, when you highlight something, it is automatically copied. So it saves me time. I'm really into like being efficient and stuff. So when I highlight something, it's basically copied. I like that. So iTerm is my go-to. Terminal is pretty much the default. I used to use terminal for a while before I switched to iTerm. So we saw two different ones. If you're using an IDE, obviously you are going to be at least. So if let's say Visual Studio Code, if you're in VS Code, there's almost every IDE has a built-in terminal. So if you're using VS Code, Visual Studio Code right here, and you can click on terminal, and this will open terminal, okay? And this is pretty much the same thing. You can do ls, pwd, all the commands, all the Mac Linux commands, since I'm on a Mac. And when we move over to Windows, now this is my Windows, this is actually the computer right behind me. I'm remotely connected to it. Now we can see, go to search and search for CMD. That's the most common one. It comes by default with Windows. So you can double click that, and then you have one CMD. This is the command prompt or command line. You can use this. This is what I recommend you do. And if I'm going to show Windows specific commands, I will use this one. So for people that are on Windows, you want to be using both this, but also something you're able to run Linux commands, right? But like I always say, Windows users definitely have to learn Linux commands, because most of the jobs out there, when you're an engineer, I would say 90 plus time of your 90% of your time or more, probably more like 98% of your time is going to be in a Linux environment, because all the websites, all the applications, they run on a Linux machine. So you have to know Linux commands. So I feel very strongly about that. If you're a Windows user, you have to learn Linux commands. If you're a Linux or Mac user, you do not have to learn Windows, but obviously learning is always good, right? So back to the point. So you have CMD, command prompt. Another option you have is PowerShell. If you search for PowerShell, you get PowerShell. By default, it has a blue background. So you could use this. I'm not going to show a lot of commands here. A few commands I will show in PowerShell, but the commands are different. Okay, I'll explain why. The CMD and PowerShell, the commands are going to be different. One other one you could use that I actually recommend you should use is git bash. So you go to download Git and you download Git, right? If you're taking this as part of the Engineering Toolbox, you learn about Git already, or you are going to learn Git. Git is a must know also. And you have to download Git. When you download Git, you get git bash by default. So if I search Git, the first search result I get is actually git bash. It's an app. Again, this is a little terminal. It's kind of hard to see the font. Let me see if I can make it bigger, because I'm remotely connected, so the keyboard shortcuts don't work the same, but there you go. All right, now you have 3 options on Windows. Now here in this guy, in the git bash, it is actually bash. So you can run all the Linux commands, almost all the Linux commands. So everything I do on a Mac, if you want to do those commands, which I really recommend you do, you can do it in git bash. Okay, so I'm going to have another video just after this, probably just specific for Windows users, but that is what I recommend. So what I recommend is CMD and git bash, both of them. Window commands, CMD commands, you do them in the command prompt. Linux commands, Mac commands, you can do them in git bash. Right? So those are just terminals. Again, on a Mac, the built-in terminal to VS Code or PyCharm or any IDE, iTerm 2, that's my go-to, or just plain old terminal. You can use that. Another thing you should distinguish is those are just the UI. They're just graphical user interface. They're just a GUI, right? And they run some kind of code in the back. When you're making commands, when you're interacting with it, you're interacting with the shell. Shell is the actual language that is running. Okay, those little windows, they're just windows. They're just graphical things for humans, so we have something to work with. But the language we're talking, the communication we're doing, that is all in shell language. So in this case right now, I'm using Z shell. If you're on a Mac, by default it uses Z shell. So both of them automatically open Z shell. Here, the command prompt is its own shell. This one is actually, the git bash is actually bash. Bash is another type of shell. PowerShell is another type of shell. That's why the commands are different, because the language is different, right? It's not just the UI being different. The actual communication, the actual commands you're running are going to be different, because they are different applications. Okay, so it is important to make distinguish that the app, the way it looks versus what it actually does. All right, so that is it for this video, and we can go ahead and continue and actually learn some commands.